My name is Kofi Asomaning, and I will be presenting to you the Stonehenge. Introduction. The Stonehenge is a British national treasure, a World Heritage Site, and a sacred place for modern-day Druids. The Stonehenge is also a prehistoric rock formation. The, and the reason why I chose the Stonehenge is because I wanted to learn more about why people would make ancient rock formations in the middle of nowhere. The Stonehenge was constructed over a period of 500 of 1500 years from 3600 BC to 1600 BC. When the Stonehenge was built, the workers building it made it in post-initial formation. The workers building the Stonehenge carved the stones in a way that was wholly used in woodwork so that they could put it together like building blocks. The Stonehenge is one of the most advanced prehistoric buildings still standing. Stonehenge is importance to heritage and people. So many people in the UK, especially those in Salisbury, England, the Stonehenge is a part of heritage. The Stonehenge is also a symbol of unity to everyone around it, and the Stonehenge also boosts population with tourists. As scientists from different fields explain the enigma. Astrologers like Gerald Hawkins think that the Stonehenge was built to predict solar and lunar eclipses. Archaeologists like Colin Renfrew think that the Stonehenge was the center of confederation for Bronze Age chieftains. Others think that the Stonehenge was an intersection between prehistoric territories, and anthropologists think that the Stonehenge was built to unify Britain. How our understanding of the Stonehenge has changed over time. Over time, we have developed two main theories. One was that the Stonehenge was an ancient temple of Druids. It was disproved in 2013. It, the Stonehenge served as an observatory of the sun and was used as a farm. My hypothesis is that the Stonehenge was built to serve as an observatory of the sun and to predict solstices, a theory that has been popular with scientists like Gerald Hawkins. I will prove my hypothesis by building a Stonehenge model and observing the sun using it. Experimental procedure. I built a Stonehenge model with Play-Doh. I used purple and red Play-Doh to make the outer circle of sauce and stones, the inner circle of sauce and stones, and the blue stones. Experimental procedure. To replicate the sun's path during the summer and winter solstice, I, I started using the flashlight at a 300-degree angle and raised it until it was at the sun's highest point at a 75-degree angle. I then put it down to set at a 300-degree angle. To replicate the winter solstice, I put the flashlight at a 120-degree angle, and then I went up in a curve until I reached the sun's highest point at 25 degrees, and then on until it set at 240 degrees. Results of experiment. First model. The, the Stonehenge produces shadows that change throughout seasons and solstices. People may still have used this shadow to predict and view solar events, but probably not lunar. Changes made from the first to second model. I made a scale of feet to inches. I moved the stones farther apart, pretty much doubled the height and length of the stones. Trouble building my model. The, the original plan was to scale the height from feet to inches, but it was too tall to be stable. So then I scaled it from feet to inches and then divided the number of inches by 5. I also could not fit all 30 stones of the outside circle, so I divided the number by 5. Results of experiment 2, second class final model. My second model recorded pretty much the same data that my first model did. The difference in height affected the length of the shadows, but the overall result is pretty much the same. And in the summer solstice, there were longer shadows, and in the winter solstice, there were shorter shadows. Learning Center. I designed a game on Scratch showing the sun's path over the stone and to teach little kids about the Stonehenge and its relationship with the sun's path. I showed sunrise, the sun's highest point, and sunset. Fun fact: the the Stonehenge's neighbors with the famous Salisbury Cathedral. This year marks the 39th anniversary of the Stonehenge being a World Heritage Site. In 2016, a plaque celebrating the Stonehenge's 30th anniversary was unveiled by children. Conclusion: I have proved my theory with my experiment. I now know one of the Stonehenge's most practical uses. Bibliography.